A decade ago, the place I've come to today was little more than a village. Now it's a city of more than 100,000 people. The city is called Murino and it's located right next to St. Petersburg. And I guess in fairness you'd have to say it's kind of just an extension of St. Petersburg. Then people live here, people that commute to St. Petersburg. I guess you'd call it a satellite city or a feeder city. Although it is its own city, its main and probably only purpose is to serve St. Petersburg. If you're wondering why so many people have moved here in the past decade, it's basically because it's located right near St. Petersburg, but it's not actually in St. Petersburg, which means property prices here are cheaper. Everywhere is new. People that come here, they want new places, not old Soviet blocks. And also, unlike a lot of the places near St. Petersburg, this place actually has its own metro station, which is a big bonus for all the commuters, of course. It's kind of hard to know what to make of these places when you come to them because, okay, sure, they don't have much character, they don't have any history or anything like that, but that goes without saying, obviously, given the nature, their purpose. But you can't kind of help but being a bit impressed by them. You know, they're quite amazing feats of, modern building. So who's actually moving to this new city? Certainly not people who already live in St. Petersburg, but mostly people from the towns and villages around St. Petersburg, or even anywhere in Russia or throughout the ex-Soviet Union. You get the feeling here that it is the kind of place where people have come to build a new life for themselves. It's kind of that place, lots of new people, no St. Petersburgers, just sort of outsiders, but people who will become St. Petersburgers, I guess. Obviously the city doesn't have any sights or attractions, so for a visitor it wouldn't be interesting, but it's not supposed to be for visitors, for those people who have come to live here. And actually for the residents, actually they've got quite a comfortable life here. They can be very self-sufficient. There's loads of cafes and restaurants and shops and bars. To be honest, you don't even really need to go to St. Petersburg apart from to work, to earn the money, of course. Behind me is the city's metro station, and there are a number of interesting things about it. This metro station is one of the more unusual ones that has both the lines in the middle and the platforms on either side. Also, what's useful is you come out of the metro station there and then straight away you've got the regional trains. Right next to Murino is the biggest village in St. Petersburg region. So for 100 years it's just started as a very small little village until the 1980s, when they started building these Soviet-style housing blocks. And these ones, they're kind of interesting colour. I don't know if it's a deliberate effort to brighten up the drab Soviet neighbourhoods with these brighter green blocks. The village has been growing steadily ever since, with each new block seemingly getting taller and taller. Obviously by now the heart of the village is completely full with blocks, so they can't build any new ones in the village centre, but that's no problem. They can just build on the outskirts, which they are. There's one of the original little homes there that's probably been standing for decades, albeit it's been nicely renovated. And then right next to it, all these huge blocks. As you can see, the village is starting to look like Murino more and more. The development never ceases. New blocks are going up as we speak, and you can see quite clearly the old Soviet block there, one of the new ones here. It's 2.5 times taller. This one's kind of funky. From the village you can see the city that it's trying to emulate. One problem you have when you turn little villages into giant villages or even towns or cities is that the infrastructure, the original infrastructure, is obviously for a village, not for a city. And this road beside me here is just a small road, and you know, in the 1980s, this small road, which is the only road that leads to St. Petersburg, that was absolutely fine in the 1980s. Quite clearly the downside of living in these new regions on the outskirts of the big city is that, you know, the people living there either need or want a car. Public transport's just not going to cut it. There's no metro here. Buses are not that regular, it seems, and if they are, they'll just be absolutely jam-packed. So most people have a car, but that just means sitting in traffic. This is the road to the metro station, and during peak times the cars go all the way back to the main road there, and I know because I've been in it a couple of times. You can bet your bottom dollar that before long all this area will be blocks as well. Actually, this is going to be a commercial area. I guess that's the thing, they can't just have only residential areas, you need commercial things as well, don't you, like shopping centres and sports centres. In a decade from now, will the village of Novoye Devyatkino have become the new city of Novoye Devyatkino?